What's up guys, it's La Muerte Blanca and we are back with another virtual on build. This time we are doing another one of our tanks with Belgdor. So Belgdor, for those of you who don't know, again, similar to Raiden, similar to Dorcas, all about firepower, all about trying to destroy your opponent before they can put too much damage on you, because as a big boy, you're not going to be dodging very many attacks. And this build is just that. Mimicking the same weapons that Belgdor had as closely as we could. Again, all about power, all about health. And as a result, suffers a little bit when it comes to the mobility department. As always guys, the code is in the description, so if you want to check out this Belgdor for yourself, feel free, download it, let me know what you guys think. As I keep saying, I've been having a lot of fun making these builds, and all the feedback that you guys have I very much appreciate, so thank you for those that are checking these out. Belgdor had three main weapons. He had a napalm strike, which sent out a series of flames. He had a very powerful missile launcher where two missiles came out of the shoulder units in order to put a ton of damage on the opponent. And he also had a grenade like hand cannon that is more like missiles, but the game for some reason calls them grenades. Going into our build, for our right arm, we have the split missile launcher. Now, this missile launcher we went with because we wanted to mimic the amount of grenades that Belgdor would shoot out of his right arm. And even though he's shooting grenades and we're shooting missiles, it is very similar in terms of light missiles that are doing a decent amount of attack for each one. Again, trying to put pressure on the opponent. As we move over to our left arm unit, we have napalm, just as you'd expect from a Belgdor build. Now, those of you that saw my Raiden build might know that I'm not a huge fan of the napalm launcher, but we had to do it because Belgdor has napalm. So, unfortunately, here we are. Going into the right and left back unit, both of these are going to be our grenade cannon songbirds. Interesting enough, because they call them missiles in Virtual On, we're using grenades, and the opposite is true on the hand. However, the grenade cannon songbird is shooting two of those grenades, very similar to what you'd expect from Belgdor, shooting two of those missiles, doing a ton of damage, a ton of impact. This combo right here is where you're going to get most of your damage and impact from. When it comes to the build, this one was tricky because Belgdor is known for that helmet style halo type thing, and that was very difficult to replicate, as you can see with the build, but this is the best we got in terms of the frame. So we went with the appetizer head in order to mimic the round head that you would see from a Belgdor. The core is the Hall 826, again trying to mimic that halo, that helmet that he has, and this was the best that we could come up with. Going into our arms, we have the Melanders with the bulky block shoulders. Now, contrary to what some might see, Belgdor's arms actually aren't that big. He gets a lot of his bulk from those missile launchers, which you can see we also have here with the songbirds all the way on the side. So thanks to the Hall core in order to, make those songbirds a little bit wider, as you'd expect from a Belgdor. And of course our legs to most mimic the look for our Belgdor, we also have the Melanders as well. Just like with all of our builds, the frame is all about getting as close of a look and feel as you would get from Virtual On. I understand there are better parts out there, but again, we want it to look like Belgdor because this is a Belgdor build. As we do the inner workings of this build, our booster is the BST-G2/P04. Now, we went with this one instead of the NGI-001 because though we're getting more speed with the 001, it is a energy monster in terms of consumption. So that's why we went with the G2 in order to give us a little bit more leeway when it comes to how much energy we're using as we move around. For our FCS, because we have the split missile launcher, we went with the P10 SLT because we need to get that missile lock as quickly as possible, with that split missile launcher being the main weapon that we're using in order to put pressure on the opponent to set up our other attacks. And then the generator, again similar to our Raiden build because of the way the frame was built out and the weapons that we had to have, because we wanted to again mimic Belgdor from Virtual On as close as possible. We had to make a small sacrifice with the generator so we wouldn't get overburdened. So we went with the VP20S. Again, it's got to be Arquebus because you got to have the blue flame, and then this was the only one that we could use in terms of making sure the weight fit our build. As far as the strat for Belgdor is concerned, he is all about getting in on your opponent, overwhelming them with his just raw power. So you're using the split missile launcher in order to keep the opponent on their toes. Napalm is good for if you get in close, you can get a couple direct hits. Or if you're going against someone who's very close range melee heavy, you can put the napalm down and hide inside of it. It doesn't hurt you, but it'll mess them up. And then the songbirds, as I said before, are going to be your #1 impact and damage dealer. So dodging a melee attack, when someone tries to come in for a boost kick, saving a little bit of your energy in order to get out of the way, or if your enemy's in a recovery state, using those songbirds to put that damage on. Also, if you're able to get in close with your boost, then close range songbirds or power attacks are a lot harder to dodge. So being able to get most of your damage in that way is the best way to play this Belgdor build. And that's Belgdor. As always, guys, with these builds, I hope you're enjoying them as much as I am. We have one more left. We're gonna go ahead and work on that one next. Again, the code is in the description, so please give it a try. I have built out the rest of the roster. If you want to try out any of those builds, feel free to check out the playlist. Again, there are codes for every single one of these. If you enjoy these videos at all, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? All your feedback is greatly appreciated. I'm gonna go ahead and shut my mouth so we can enjoy a couple PvP matches. And as always, guys, I'm Blanca, and I'll catch y'all next time.